How you doing? This is Martin here from Soul Trail. So today I want to talk to you about the technique that I use while I'm trekking with hiking poles. There are so many benefits to using hiking poles, which I'll go through. If you have hiking poles already, maybe the technique that I use might benefit you. And if you're thinking of buying hiking poles, well, maybe this might push you over the line to go and get them. Because as I said, the benefits absolutely outweigh having them than not having them. So for me, it's a long-term and a short-term reasons why I use hiking poles. You will last a lot longer on the trail using hiking poles than you will without them. You are hitting the ground with 4 points of contact and you're using your upper body to propel you along, and you're not just relying on your legs, your leg muscles. The other reason is if you're ever going uphill, you might find, if you haven't got trekking poles, that your lower back might be paining you, and that's from crouching over as you're going up the hill, and then you have the heavy bag which is up between your shoulder blades, and you start getting lower back pain. But if you have the hiking poles set to the right height, which I'll go through, it forces you to stand upright as you're going along. So it really does benefit you standing up straight as you're trekking along. When you go hiking, you get fit, you lose weight for your stomach, everything like that, but you don't get an upper body workout. So these will absolutely give your shoulders, your chest, your back, everything an upper body workout, and you really feel it because you're using the muscles up top to really propel you and carry some of the weight that's on your back. So that's an absolute major benefit. On top of that, you have the wear and tear on your knees, on your limbs, on your ankles and your feet. I'm hoping to be hiking when I'm 60, 70 years of age, and looking at this as prevention maintenance. If anything that can help my legs now for the future, well then look, it's a no-brainer really for me. Anything that can help the wear and tear of my legs to keep me on the trail for as long as my life lasts, well then I will absolutely use these to keep me in top notch. What I found recently on the trail is, especially in Ireland, we have a lot of bogs and we have a lot of slugras, and slugras are very much like quicksand, and they're not very visible because the bogs just look wet, and you could be walking on wet bog. A slugra and wet bog looks the very same as each other. So even if the trail was fairly flat and you weren't going to be using your hiking poles, strap them to your bag. Then you could take them out and you can test the ground before you go forward. So better safe than sorry. And like, God forbid, if you did get stuck in the slugra and you had your poles out, they will really help you to get out of it by even placing them down, placing them over your hands like that, so you can actually disperse the weight by pulling yourself out. So look, there's so many benefits to having them. If you don't use them a lot, they don't weigh much, I would still strap them to the outside of my bag. Okay, so let's go first into the way you hold the hiking poles, because believe it or not, there is a technique. So you have a strap that comes out here, and plus you have this other smaller strap, and that, when you pull it, will tighten up this. That's so you can get it nice and firm around your wrist. So the way you actually hold hiking poles is you come from underneath and up and then down, and there's a reason for that. So just remember, you go up, you don't go down. So when you go up like that and you're holding it, if you fall and the tracking pole falls, well then it's out of your hands and your palm can hit the floor. So it's absolutely out of your hand. That's why if you're falling, they hang, your hands are free. If you go the other way, which is down here like this and up like that, well then if you fall forward, the pole is still there. And if the pole is still there, you could very easily dislocate your thumb by landing on it. So the aim is, if you are falling, you need to get the hiking pole away from you. Here's the difference of using the both techniques. See that? So the aim is to go underneath, and the reason that is also is it cradles your wrist. So that means your full wrist is resting in, so it's all about control. So if you were using your hiking poles without using the straps all day, you're going to get blisters on your hand. So come up underneath, rest it in, and then go into your death grip. That's right there. That means I have full control over my hiking pole without even touching it. So I can put my full body weight down on my wrist and not my grip. So that's why you use it that way. So there is a way of holding them, and it's very important for those main two reasons. One, to use your full wrist. You can control the hiking pole very, very, very easily on both ways without using anything. I can put my full body weight on my wrists and not my hands, again preventing blisters and for falling. So when you fall down, you have your hand free and you're not going to dislocate. You could fall and land on it, either breaking your hiking pole or breaking your hand or breaking your thumb or dislocating your thumb. So always remember, it's come up from underneath. Rest down, put your hand in the cradle, and look at the control I have. So it really does benefit you that way. So the height of your hiking pole should be a rough 90-degree angle to your body. Out in front of you, 90-degree angle. But this will change if you're going uphill or downhill. So you might have to change these to suit the terrain you're going up. So if you are going uphill and you're going to be going uphill for a long period of time, put your poles out in front of you and adjust them to a 90-degree angle. That means the poles are going to be smaller if you turn around, but they will benefit you to get the most power out of them at a 90-degree angle. Again, this might change as well. If you were going downhill, and you usually, if you were walking sideways downhill, you might have this one shorter or this one longer. If you were going downhill for a long time, well then adjust them to suit, because obviously if you were going down, this will need to be longer so you can get your grip there. This one will need to be shorter, and this will keep you balanced. So safety wise, my both hands should be at a 90-degree angle. So that's the best way to do that. Okay, so the position of your hiking poles when you are walking should be angled backwards at a rough 70-degree angle. So literally go to here and go to here. That means if they're out in front of you when you're trying to walk, they're going to be against you all the time. You're going to be more exhausted. So just remember, they should always be facing backwards at a small angle. Just remember, you're propelling yourself forward. Anything out front of you, well, if you're going uphill or stuff like that, it's different. But if you were just in a straight line walking, you're propelling yourself, you're pushing yourself forward. So always remember, at a small angle. Okay, let me show you the way that I hike with hiking poles. You should be doing them asymmetrically, meaning right leg left hand, left leg right hand. So I'll walk with them and I'll show you what I mean. Get into the habit of doing it asymmetrically. It might feel a bit funny at the start, but I promise you it really, really does benefit you when you are on the trail. That's the way I do it all the time. So it's like, say, left leg right, like that, at an angle, like that. I'm doing this with my palms open, so I can actually push back because my hand is resting in the cradle of the strap. So it all depends what kind of hiking poles you want to get. You can get cheap ones, you can get dear ones. Me personally, I have these. They're expensive enough, but the reason why I want very good ones is I use these for my trekking pole tents. So I want to really have the benefits of knowing I have good ones. Also, mine are Cork, and I find Cork a lot better than the other kind of fabrics and materials that I have. I really, really like the feel of that. So when you get your pole, I've seen a lot of people on trails with the rubber cap still on it. You would keep that rubber cap on over it if you were on the road, so it doesn't wreck the carbide that's at the bottom. That is very good for sticking in. And just remember, if that wears out, this twists off. You can buy full sets of these attachments if they're for snow, if they're for anything like that. So have a look at it. You can even get the rubber ones that come over that have about 4 or 5 of these graphite spikes that come out of it. So there's a lot of different ways, but just remember, I've seen a lot of people using the rubber part of it on the trail. So remember, take the rubber part off and this is underneath. So And again, if that wears out and your poles are still in good condition, you can change them out. The reason why I went for trekking poles like this is the latch system that's on it. I have had a few hiking poles that have a screw on the side of it and a screw here, and it kind of sticks out, and that was always catching in my pants as I was walking along. So I wanted a more flush finish. You can get ones that twist on, which are quite good as well. So the twist on ones these are very, very good. They're nice and flush, and they won't catch in your pants or anything as you're walking along. So yeah, I really, really like that part of them. So there's the hiking poles. I think everybody should have them. If you don't use them an awful lot, strap them to the outside of your bag. They're so beneficial for so many reasons. Yeah, if you want to stay on the trail for a lot longer when you're older, prevention maintenance now for your legs. And there's so many other benefits as I listed already. So thanks very much for watching. This is Martin here from Soul Trail, and please hit the subscribe button, and the like button is really helping my channel. When you hit the like button, it pushes the video out to other people who find it beneficial, and it really helps my channel. So again, thanks very much for watching, and yeah, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.